I'd like to introduce an OSTM alumni and very successful licensed massage therapist who has been in your shoes as our commencement speaker for the 38th graduating class. Some of you may already know Chris Hess. He does a lot of work with the school. Just like Dean, he did many mock interviews. He's helped out in our mock clinic before you start to hopefully ease those nerves before you start. And he's also going to be a member of Program Advisory Committee. He is also the owner of Camillus Massage Therapy, and he hires several of our graduates throughout the last 3 or 4 years. He's also a veteran of the armed services and a man that I have great respect for. Please welcome Chris Hess.
I want to apologize. I normally would have spent some time actually reading over this after I wrote it. I am the child of a procrastinator and a workaholic who also has ADD, so I tend not to get to the things that I mean to get to. But thank you very much to the staff, Jeanette particularly, for having me here today. To the family members of this graduates today, congratulations to you guys. And the 2016 December graduating class, how are you guys doing tonight? I was hoping as much. The thing with me is I started here, next month will be 4 years ago, I started at OSTM. I was full of exuberance and anticipation. I had the world ahead of me, much like you all felt, and I was ready for the challenge. I was also creeping on 40 years old, and I was terrified of a brand new start with little to no safety net beneath me. I'm sure you all know how that feels as well. Well, let me take a moment to explain my journey, because it sounds like you had very similar journeys, some of you, and how I ended up in the massage field. Like many kids growing up in the 80s, I went through school knowing that college was the natural progression after high school. After that, I knew I had to get a job, find a wife, buy a house, have some kids, retire, play with grandkids, and just fade away. That's the road the vast majority of us are taught they're supposed to travel. But much like Robert Frost said, I took the one less traveled by. My first detour happened following high school. After 13 years of school, I was going to take off 6 months and relax before I started college. I had to get my mind ready. I worked a little, but otherwise accomplished absolutely nothing during my find myself period. The next semester I started school, wanting to get into television production. As I feared, academia and I did not mix well. After less than a year, I made a monumental decision. I belonged in the military. But not just any military, mind you. I belonged in the hardest, scariest, and most revered military in the world. I was going to join the United States Marine Corps. I was going, and that's exactly what I did. I was going to be a combat photographer, keeping with my desire to create art, although I thankfully never saw any combat. Lucky for me, one cannot quit the Marine Corps like one can quit college. So I did my 4 years, and I exited the Marine Corps as a corporal. Along the way, I learned a bunch of things about imagery and composition. I also learned about determination and perseverance. Traditionally, most servicemen and women exit active duty and they find a career that takes advantage of their skills they acquired while serving the country. Not me. Remember, I take the road less traveled by. After another failed attempt at college, this time less than a semester, I decided my future was at Disneyland. And where else should a badass Marine go to work than the happiest place on earth? Well, once again, as expected, this just wasn't a fit for me. As it turns out, Disneyland is not the best place for someone right out of the Marine Corps to make a career. I begrudgingly came back to New York and left Southern California, and I worked as a bouncer. As it turns out, that's a great fit. I worked security in bars for nearly 15 years, but you can't support a family on that business alone. So I worked during the day as a salesman. Over the year, I sold cars, I sold business phone service, yellow page advertising, radio advertising, payroll services, benefit administration, wholesale consumer electronics. The list is endless. I even did a few years of work as a network administrator, but nothing ever felt right. While trying to take the road less traveled, I woke up one day and I realized I ended up right at that main path. I was suddenly working an average 9 to 5, sometimes 3 jobs at once. I was married. I had 2 kids. I was starting to think this is how I was going to retire. I knew 2 very important things, however. This wasn't where I really was supposed to be, and I really wasn't happy. To make the situation even worse, it was December of 2008. My whole world was about to change because the stock market crashed. Overnight, my primary skill set, sales, was no longer a needed skill. And I, along with a couple hundred other fellow co-workers, were unceremoniously dumped just before Christmas. Now don't panic, this story has a happy ending. After surviving on unemployment benefits for a period of time, I one day found myself shopping at Wegmans when my phone rang. A close friend of mine was on the other line telling me that she wanted to go back to school to be an esthetician, whatever that was. And her bosses wanted her to find her replacement. I was curious, but I barely knew anything about the office where she worked. I know there was a chiropractor there, and I know they did massage and something else too. At the time of the phone call, I had never been to a chiropractor, and I experienced a grand total of 1 massage, which was a couples massage I had with my wife years prior. To be honest, I didn't even remember if I liked it. Well, what the hell? The road less traveled, right? So I became the receptionist at a wellness center. I knew absolutely nothing about wellness, or herbalism, or massage, or proper nutrition. The list was endless. But I know sales, and I know organization. I know interpersonal skills, and I know computers. I knew marketing, and during my time with the Wellness Center, I played a small part in helping it grow, moving to a larger facility and growing the staff by more than 20. When I left, deciding I drastically needed a change of environment, I held the title of office manager, but more importantly, I had learned nearly everything about the massage and chiropractic industry, except how to give a massage. The road less traveled, right? So I began researching massage school. Now, nearly all the staff I had working for me at the time were graduates of OSTM, so I never really considered another school. I went through the registration process, I went to the open house, I went to the first day of school, but how was it going to be? Would it be a fit? I just didn't know. I knew I couldn't do college. I hated school. I knew I couldn't make it in Disneyland because I struggled with being around so many happy people. Well, as it turns out, massage school is just full of happy people, so I was worried. I took massage school, however, like a duck to water. And never in my life had anything made so much sense. When I began clinic, I felt as if I was totally at home. It felt absolutely amazing. As school came to an end, like it has for you, I felt an odd sense of loss that was complemented by a great excitement for the future. I would assume it's a safe bet that most of you know exactly what I'm talking about. As you sit here listening to me ramble on, your minds are likely daydreaming of your first massage job. Some of you may already know where you're going to be working. One person in this room is already going to be working for me. Maybe more of you eventually. But here's the thing. We've all entered into the massage field at the most perfect time. More than ever before, massage therapy is taken seriously as a medical option, and more than ever before, doctors, chiropractors, and surgeons are recommending massage therapy as a viable form of recovery and even a way of avoiding surgery. More than ever before, personal trainers and coaches are recommending massage not only as a way of dealing with pain, but also as an important component of their training itself. And with that said, we all have a lot to work to do. Even today, friends and family read checks. We've all heard them. I make no judgments of the ignorant, for they know not what they speak of. Rather, I focus my energy, as you should, on educating each and every one of those that do not understand what we do. When I meet someone who complains of pain, who is deciding on not whether they should have surgery, but when, I ask if they've tried massage. When I meet a runner who complains they are using a foam roller and stretching daily, but still their IT band gives them trouble, I ask them if they've tried massage. And when I meet someone who's caring for an ailing parent, sacrificing their own happiness to give dignity to their loved one in their last years, I ask them too if they've tried massage. For these people, oftentimes massage therapy is the road less traveled. We simply have to take the time to explain why it's the better way. The paradigm of modern medicine in the minds of the average American is that surgery or medication is their only option. Sometimes it is, but oftentimes it is not. This is what I do every day. Just a short time down the road, you'll be taking the state boards to get officially licensed. And after that, you can legally work as a licensed massage therapist. We will all share that title. What we do with it can vary in so many different ways. There are several types of massage you can specialize in. There are several types of facilities you can work in. Yet we all share one goal: to improve the lives of our clients. We share something else too. We are the pros. We are the educated, and we are the skilled. Never let a client tell you how to work. Never let another person diminish the value of what it is that you do. Massage therapy is older than medicine, and there is a reason for that. When each of you chose to go to massage school, you had your reason. Something that happened, or someone you met, or a treatment you received that galvanized the need in your heart to help other people. Perhaps you came here to supplement another career. Perhaps you just know in your heart that you need to help people. Some of you may want to work in a spa. Some of you may want to work in a chiropractor's office. Some of you may want to work in a salon. And some of you may want to work from home. Or some of you may want to work in other people's homes. I tried that, and I did not like it. Some of you want to do this part-time, and others want to do it full-time as a career. Each and every one of those options is correct if that is the road that you want to travel. What I chose? I thought I was supposed to work in a wellness center because that's what I do. As it turns out, I was once again wrong. I just didn't fit in. So I took the road less traveled. And as Jeanette said, today I own Commencement Massage Therapy. It's a small building, now with just 4 treatment rooms, but I currently employ 11 massage therapists, all of whom are graduates of OSTM. In just 2.5 years since opening the doors, more than 1,200 clients have walked through them. The quick math puts it at just about 1 new client per day. What I have done is taken 20 years of failed jobs that each gave me a different skill set, and I applied them to massage. You need to do the same. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying go open a massage office and get a huge staff. I really don't want the competition. What I'm saying is dig into your bag of tricks that you've acquired from all of your experiences and apply them to your massage career. Starting over in a career does not mean you need to start with a blank page. Your success is now in your hands. Starting with the boards. I wish each and all of you the absolute best of luck. Spread the knowledge and introduce your massage to the world. Take the path less traveled and see where it leads. I took the one less traveled by, and that's me all. Thank you.